Hey everyone, I'm going to review Blue Beetle. It's been a long time, but it's a strike and I haven't thought about making a video and I haven't made a video in a really long time. Yeah, I'm actually going to talk about the film and everything, but before I do, I want to talk about the fact that I have a Patreon in the coming future, probably in October, and I have, within the Patreon, I'm going to have another podcast within this Territory channel. It's about storytelling. Basically, it's about storytelling. So it's going to be within Patreon, and then it's a early release, and then it's going to be released here on Territory. Then that's the following month. It's going to be like a 1 month. It's going to be a monthly thing. That's right. Everything I want to do for that Patreon as well. So be on the lookout for that if you're interested. And that way I can also provide more stuff within the spoiler territory channel instead of just talking about the DC stuff, which I definitely will. So before I do, there are things that are interesting with, the stuff that James Gunn has been doing with the future of the DC, his new DC universe in his DC studio since he took over, and then there's a TV show set Peacemaker or a bunch of other shows. He's taking certain characters and putting them in the movies, but then taking away things, and so we thought that the Flash movie, which I didn't watch, which I'm not going to, but a lot of people who are thinking about the fact that the Flash movie was like the new start for the DCEU or the ending of the previous DCEU or anything like that. I mean, the new DC universe and then the end of the DCEU or something like that. It was like in the middle there, which is confusing. But then it's not. I feel like the DCEU is still continuing, but not. And when this Blue Beetle film, I'm so lost. Like, you can help me in the comments because I have no clue what James Gunn is doing with that. Anyways, Blue Beetle and not just for DC, but in general, and mostly for these days, that go whenever people go to a movie theater or we see a movie, the goal of the movie is to have the film memorable and have people remember and care about the film that they watch and understand that they put a lot of effort into it, and how they just was one of them. Now, the only reason why I try to, the fact is that if I didn't review this film, I would have forgotten about it already. That's how much it did. That's how much little impact it did for me. And yeah, it was like the main actor. It seemed like he was doing pretty well within the film. There was a lot of potential within that film, but then if there's anything good within that, it's the casting of the main actor who Solo, right? His name, who was actually on this other show, this popular show called Trouble Try. I never watched that, but was he? Anyways, the suit has that. Whenever he interacted with the scarab, was easy to get, and because of the Jenny character, she went inside the lab and just grabbed it. There's no alerts or anything like that. You know, it felt like the moments where it felt like the Amazing Spider-Man, when the first one, when the Andrew one, where Andrew, who's Spider-Man, like Peter, his Peter Parker, when it was trying to get inside the Oscorp and did the tour. That's what it felt like. Also, every time he interacted with a suit and the scarab, it felt like a Spider-Man Homecoming type of thing when Tom Holland's Spider-Man was talking to Karen, which is the AI voice suit thing, and that's what I felt like there was like interaction there, which is nice. I feel like I think it worked really well, and for certain parts of the film, the villain felt like she reminded me of Justin Hammer, however, not in a good way. There's a lot. I feel like there's a lot of predictable things there that, but Justin Hammer, she is involved with technology and has this idea of doing good, but not for the right reason. But then it didn't really work well. There wasn't anything that made the villain of the film stand out, and which is her name is Victoria, isn't it? Her last name is Gord, so is that also Jenny's mom in the film? I don't know. Who cares? Yeah, no. Anyways, so the Reyes dude, the main character, he lost his, like, basically he graduated, he wanted to get a job, but then he got fired, right? Because he was snooping around the place. He was like basically cleaning instead of mansion, he was cleaning for the villain, right? Yeah. Anyways, the Jenny lady and him were talking about the fact that she'd help him find a job within the cord industries, and then was basically waiting for that interview, but then which only he got, but not his sister, which is weird, right? And then he has a scarab, but then his family is introduced in the early in the film, and he was talking about basically what happened with the suit. I mean, the scarab which went on him, and then he got lost. He was like flying around the city, which is that has this like weird vibe to it. Like it's one of those type of cities that basically every movie makes. It's all bright and looks fun. However, they don't bring life to the city. They don't show a lot of people within the city. So it's wonder of why was that necessary. And there's a scene about they wanted to switch it from El Paso, right? They wanted to change that up, which was pointless, honestly. Anyways, well, I actually find it interesting, and I actually like that the family knows that he's Blue Beetle, and with his having like a secret identity away from the family. That was actually a nice touch. I actually did appreciate that. This film has a lot of, quote, stereotypes and culture, but it's both a stereotype and a lifestyle at the same time, and I don't see anything wrong with that. To me, like, ever since I've watched movies since then, I don't really care about representation. I don't mind about any of that. I just want to focus on the story. Is the story good about these characters doing that? I would get out of the enjoyment. Why I enjoy this film and find it memorable by watching this what class or what race the characters are is irrelevant to me, at least. So that's just me. So if it's something that you enjoy, that's great. That's something I'm not looking for. I just looking for good stories, because we don't have a lot of those in theaters these days. Mostly talking about the superhero stuff, usually. Don't get my words twisted. Yeah. Oh, there's like this other character that was helping Victoria Carapats, is his name. Like, I feel like he would have been better villain for Reyes. However, we won't learn much about him. He's not really in the film doing much talking, and he was just attacking Reyes for that was his task, and then there are things that the family has their own personalities within the film, and however they do things that people do, like eat, and it's not stereotypical. I don't know if people want to review things that and made fun and poked fun of things that are necessary that's on them. Yeah, but yeah, just that I prefer. And I don't see anything wrong with what they eat. It's their livelihood, and the turtles have to eat. It's just what they do. The way his family was actually alright, nothing too special. I felt like with Rudy, I didn't really see Rudy per se. I felt like I saw George Lopez on screen. That's what I felt like. He literally acted like himself. I don't know, just weird. And the Batman comment, I feel like that was unnecessary. I don't know why they put that in there. The Victoria lady, she wants the suit. She takes the family. They went to the house and they end up causing damage in a way as Jimmy has some fights the people who went inside the house and then things seem like they're doing well, but then he also but then his uncle or grandpa. I'm adding this later and I realized that that's actually his father, and that was a little mistake on my part. I didn't realize that. I totally forgot. He started to him in the afterlife because Jimmy was battling chiropractors he was like suffering through the machine that Victoria Perman, and something that he wanted to overcome. But both of them wanted to overcome so Jamie could come back to life to save the day and stop her from causing whatever damage she's doing. Yeah, that's one load they never got. There, he doesn't come back, so then, and it teased that the possibility of him. They teased him having a minor heart attack in the beginning of the episode, so it wasn't unexpected. It was teased, so it was have the characters prepared for the possibility of that. So that was actually something interesting watching that. Later on in the film, he talks to him in the afterlife, but then and that was alright. Then the final battle with Kill Pets and Reyes, they fight. Like, and the fighting, the choreography and the fighting and the CGI was decent. I was surprised that the Jamie dude has moves here. Yeah, and Harvard, I felt like there was something new, but at the same time, watching the fight scenes was enjoyable. I felt like the suit was doing the fighting, and it's like how they wish they were incorporated the suit, basically motivating Jamie to learn how to fight more better than without relying on the suit. I saw the thing with his clothes. He puts on the suit in the beginning of the film, and then his clothes like disappears, but then it doesn't, and then it doesn't later in the film. Or maybe I don't recall, honestly. Anyways, that was weird. Why do sometimes films seem like they are about to be consistent with something, and later on they don't? And that's really odd for that to happen. The Jenny character, they just in the end, which, why? Who cares? It was weird. And all this happened because Jamie wanted a job because he got fired from the other one. Then they wrote this throughout the film, in the middle of the film, towards the climax. They go to like this bunker or like layer, the original Blue Beetle, which is Jenny's father, is. He has a bunch of suits and there's a bunch of weapons and characters. Like Jamie's grandma decided to use the weapon, but then and then the thing with the scarab now wanting to, it doesn't want to kill anyone, but then when Jimmy fights, he fights people, right? And they're all down, not dead, but then Nana has a weapon, that uses a weapon within the layer and just shoots people, and then we don't get answers to why was she learned that, why is she why she did, and there's no consequences for her. Yeah, that was weird for that to happen. I don't see why they did that. With Terror Pets, they had some backstory towards the end, and then and then it was like I feel like there would have been potential if they show a little bit more foreshadowing or more detail about the character to have the audience like sympathize or care about the dude throughout the film instead of just in the end, which didn't really work. And there's other character that was helping, basically the guy in the chair, and was helping Victoria that didn't really do much. Like he wanted to sacrifice himself. I'm like, alright, but didn't really do much. And it didn't do anything for me as an audience member. I didn't really care why the character was doing things, and even though he was helping the main character escape or anything like that, but I did appreciate that it wasn't tied into anything else from the DC property. Overall, we definitely does see the Blue Beetle again eventually in the future for the new universe that is going to happen. However, for this film, and if you think that he had character arc, he really doesn't. Jaime doesn't really have a. He's still the same dude, but with the scarab suit in the end, and that's something that is not really helpful. I mean, it doesn't change his perspective on superheroes or the way Troy Industries is, or it doesn't change the way he views superheroes or anything that relates to him being a superhero or any impact that he would have made. And maybe if they would have shown people within the city that the film desperately wanted to show but didn't really show it, that would have been something that would have helped the character understand that it's not just him, his family he's trying to save people in the city, but yeah, the film doesn't follow through on that, and that's something that is a letdown. And then the Victoria and Kirkpatrick's characters, they die in an explosion. Just Kirkpatrick sacrifice himself, or to and that explosion didn't really like affect Jenny in a way where they have the same last name. So was that her mom? So, and if so, why doesn't she care? Her mom's gone. In this film, I actually enjoyed seeing Rudy be by Jimmy's side. However, I feel like that's only because it's George Lopez playing him, and the thing is that the thing with the contraption he made to within the church, he just so happened to have that, which is a coincidence. And I feel like he was the one who brought the humor into all this ever. I really wish they would have done something where the characters were more memorable and actually had impact into things that certain characters do that don't really affect them. Kind of like Jenny and her facing her mom didn't really do much for her, and if she doesn't care, why should I? That's my thoughts on that. There are moments in the film where it seems that Jaime there were some moments where Jaime could have been endangered or had people around him that need saving, or to the point where it could have been challenging, and for him to the point where he would have to step up a notch, and it didn't really feel that way. Overall, I'm not gonna watch this film again. I don't care for it. And even though the suit looks cool, it didn't really do anything for me. There was a real impact there, and it wasn't something I'm interested in watching again. Even though the fight scenes and the suit looked cool during the choreography, I just have no interest in watching it again. I don't really care for it. Let me know what you guys think about this. Did you like this film? Did you not? Was something about this film that could have done better to give him a proper arc? And why are so many superhero films have a villain problem, such as this? In the ending, they teased the Blue Beetles, the original one, with Jenny's father, him being back, and by the time we see that character, which will be a really long time, for sure that a lot of people would forget about the scene that they showed, and no one would really mind. I can see why people liked it, just for the enjoyment of our enjoyment it go so long, and it won't hold for a long time if there's no progressive in the characters themselves. Alright, that's it for now. I am actually going to react to the show Loki on and review it on my second channel real soon, so on October 5th, so check it out. I'll see you soon. Bye.